Hello everybody, happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. My name is Nori and this is Norelis Budgets, and today we're saving for our dreams. Before I get into the saving for my dreams, I am gonna do my save all the pennies challenge, which is all the way back here. So save all the pennies is a freebie available in my coffee shop, as you all know, and my chair is rebellious with noise. Let me get my calculator out, and I am going to add up the little bit of money, the little bit of spots I have left, so we can see if we can finish this today. I'm so excited. I hope this week is going well for you. I hope that everything is as best as it can be. I'm sending love to Pancy today. I watched your video and I saw that your mom is not doing so good. She had a stroke, so I'm so sorry, friend. I just wanted to, say that I have her in my prayers and that I hope that she's okay. So yeah, Pancy, give her some love. She's going through a lot. She's helping her mom deal with a stroke she had. All right, so we need $3.74. Let me confirm one more time and just check my work. Oh, I forgot what I added. 26, 27, 28, 29, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39. 374. Okay, so $1, $2. I just want to see. $3, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 74, you guys, $3.74, and that's all of these right here. And then I still have a little bit of change that I can put in another sheet. So I decided that I was gonna continue just to add to this, and we'll just get another container and keep going. I think I'm gonna leave it till the end of the year, and then I'll go and cash it in for the end of the year. I'm just gonna keep saving because we started this on February 26th, and today is April 9th. The calendar's right in front of me, and we finished it, you guys. I can't believe it. So let me color it in. Let me pick a fun color. I'm gonna do yellow. Yellow is my favorite color, so I don't like this shade of yellow. That shade of yellow I don't like. I like this. Is like a sunshine yellow. This is good. I like this one. All right, you guys, $3.74 is all we needed to finish. How freaking exciting is that? And I don't know why this isn't coloring. It's like drying out on me. I'm making sure that's recording. Oh no, I think my marker is dying on me. I'm trying to press down to see if that makes any difference. That means that we have $50.50 in Hello Kitty, you guys. She's so chunky, but there's still plenty of room in there. So I am going to keep plugging along. I'm gonna start another. Oh no. Oh, thank goodness it didn't color through. I forgot to put my sheet. Oh my gosh, thank God it didn't go through. I'm so glad this is dying, because if not, it would have gone through to the other side. All right, so this is $50.50, you guys, and we did it. How exciting. I had a lot of change though, so I don't know how quick we're gonna be able to do the next sheet, but yay! I'm so excited. I'm gonna hit the Hey, and I'm gonna grab $1 and I'm gonna put it in my completed envelope here. That way I can commemorate this moment. I'm so excited. It's all full. Isn't that nice? I love that. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna grab another sheet and put it in front of this one, because I made a bunch of copies of it and I made holes on them and I put them all here. So we're gonna start sheet number 2. I'm just gonna put it in front of the other one. I'll just put them in order like that. So I'm actually gonna write, this was number 1. And then I'm gonna put number 2. And then started and ended. My neighbor's dog is barking very loudly, so I apologize if you can hear it. I don't know what I can do to control that. Clearly nothing. So, all right. So now I have, let's see. Since I haven't started or anything, let's see how much I have. I had a little extra change in the corner in case I needed it. So let me do the highest amount that I can. So 75 and $1. So let's do the $1, which is the highest amount. And then I can do 10, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. So I'm going to do my $1 and I'm going to do my 48, which is right there. So let me put this away. We started it again and it's free in my Ko-fi, so you guys can save your change. I've been very aggressive with my change, so I use cash all the time. That's why I'm able to save change. But you know, you can start with whatever you have. Maybe it takes you a whole year to do a sheet. That's fine. It doesn't matter, because if you're not like a big cash spender, obviously you wouldn't have a lot of cash. But I make it a point to get as much change back as possible, so that way I can put it in my little piggy bank. All right, so we have 2 spots filled to start off. That's exciting. So Hello Kitty can go back to her little spot here, and then I can put my calculator away. All right. So I have $40 today for saving for my dreams. I upped it up from 30 from first quarter because I want to try to make a dent in these. And you could just continue to do the 30. You can do 20. You can do 10. You could do whatever works for your budget. I bumped it up to 40, so then that way I can keep plugging along over here. Oops, I should have grabbed my little plastic. All right, so emergency needs 2 icons to finish a row. So you know your girl loves to finish a row. So I'm gonna go in here and I am going to do these 2. Alrighty. As you guys know, this book is available for free in my Ko-fi shop if you're new to my channel. I released this in the beginning of 2025. And we are saving together. My whole point with this is that we can all save little amounts of money and it can add up to big things over time. If you're a beginner, if you're already a budgeter, it doesn't matter. Take the opportunity to slow down and refocus. All right, so I'm gonna do $4. So I am gonna take $1 out and put a 5, and then I'll count everything. Then I gotta color this one. And then see what your goals are. Make a plan. and execute said plan. And we all need to have money saved for emergencies. So this is a great starting point if you don't have an emergency fund. If you have an emergency fund, you can add more to it. Or you can just simply use any of these challenges for any category that you'd wish. You can change it up. You don't have to use it for what it says. You could just use it to be a guide, and then you can save for whatever it is that you want to save. So I added the $5 and I took $1 out, so I added 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna actually do this. So I have 25, 35, 40. I have $40. Let me go over here and grab my wallet and switch that out, because that's gonna drive me crazy. All right, cool. So $40 saved. We are gonna do $60 when we're done. So this is awesome. We only have 2 rows left. So we just need $20, $10 a row to be able to finish. That's exciting. And then we're over here on rainy days, which could be a backup emergency fund. It could be an oopsie fund. It could be a just in case fund. It could be whatever you want it to be. And I am doing $2 per raindrop, and this is going to be $192 when I'm done with it. And I am going to push this one to be here all year round, so I'm not worried about it. I'm not rushing. So I got 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna leave a couple bills out for myself so I can make myself some change. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, so 34, 20, 31, 32, 34. Awesome. I just finished reading a book. It's called Extreme Ownership by Joko and Leif. And they were Navy SEALs in Iraq. And obviously you'd think, like, why are you listening to a leadership book about military leadership? And well, it was part of a book club for my job, and it was chosen by the leader of the group of the book club. And I trust her judgment. She's picked some really, really good books that I've read. So obviously I'm like, okay, if you think we should read it, I'm gonna read it. And I was pleasantly surprised that even though it was a book about war, and it was a book about stuff that I've never had to endure myself, I can actually say that I learned quite a bit about extreme ownership and taking ownership over things that happen, right? So I think that obviously being a leader is not everybody's cup of tea. There are some people that are born to be followers, and that is a-okay. They follow orders. They don't have to stress. That is not something that they want to deal with. I think that you got to respect people that like to live that way. I don't force anybody to be a leader, but if I notice or see leadership qualities on somebody, I definitely bring them up. But some people just don't like to be leaders, and that's fine. Sometimes you're just born a leader. And you do things because you know that's what you want to do, and you lead people because you know that you're meant to lead. And I've always had that trait. I've always been a leader, no matter what. I remember being a kid and getting, like, my parents having to do the parent-teacher conferences, and my teachers always saying, she's a leader, she's a leader, she's a leader. And I always was like, what? I don't know what they're talking about. But I think they obviously saw that in me as a young child. I was always, I was always available to take on any task that I was given. I never, like, shied away from any project. I wasn't, like, actively sourcing leadership roles, but I just kind of ended up in them. Because I just made decisions, and I would, like, lead the weaker kids, So I ended up obviously being a leader in my adult life. I've been a leader in a lot of different places and facets of my life and my career. So I obviously have had that since I was very small. But in this book, Extreme Ownership, it's taking ownership for the fact that if your team fails, you made a mistake. And you have to take ownership for that. And in the ship of our own lives, sometimes we don't want to take ownership over the fact that we failed because we decided that we weren't going to do something. 25, 31, 2, 3, and 4. So I am going to put this over here and grab a 10. And it's not easy to take ownership over the fact that we failed at something, right? Nobody wants to be, this is Ghost Shouty. It's your birthday. I got to give you all the usual. Sometimes we don't want to take ownership over the fact that we did something that caused us to fail, right? And I think that as I've gotten older, I've accepted that I am not perfect and I make mistakes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Oh, I can finish this one. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna finish it. Okay, so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Vacation. All right, I'm gonna color though. So, at times, we don't like to take that ownership over our own lives when we make mistakes. So if we're in debt, we try to blame it on situations as to why we're in that. And not necessarily say, well, if I would have made better decisions, I wouldn't be in this situation. Or the fact that something big happened and then blah, 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 blah. And or sometimes you can't do anything but just own up to the fact that, yeah, you're in debt and you got yourself out of it. You know, that's how life is. So I think that a lot of people don't like to take ownership over mistakes that they make because clearly, obviously, it's easier to just blame it on someone else. And I think that when it comes to our personal finances, it's called personal finance. It's called you are the person in charge of it, right? So we need to take more ownership over it. And it's so hard. It's so hard to take ownership over certain things that we feel like weren't necessarily our fault. Those were the cards we were dealt. And I think that as I've gotten older, I've learned to accept the fact that I should just stop making excuses for myself and just own up to what happened and just handle it, you know? Get out of the situation if it's not, you know, making me feel good, or if I know I have to, or whatever it may be. And it's so easy to blame someone else and to play the victim in a lot of situations. I think that we tend to want to be the victim at every turn. And, you know, it's nature, it's human nature to not want to be blamed for anything, right? And I think that I learned from this book that taking ownership over something doesn't make you the bad guy, but it also kind of just sheds light in the fact that there were mistakes made along the way that you could have been prevented by communication, whether it was with a spouse, with a family member, with your peers, with yourself, like listening to yourself and knowing that maybe, just maybe, I made a mistake because I didn't listen to my own self, you know, and stuff like that. I think that at the end of the day, you know, being an adult isn't easy, and you know, we find ourselves in situations that we don't want to necessarily take ownership of, but we need to. And also the fact that we're the ones that are going to get ourselves out of the pickle, whatever pickle it might be, whether good, bad, or indifferent. That pickle is our pickle, whether we want to or not. And I think that that's a valid point. I tend to see a lot of people blame others instead of just being like, what could I have done to make it better? Where did I fail that I didn't communicate my plans to my staff appropriately? And I feel like a lot more of our employees will respect us if we took ownership over our mistakes. And that is what I took away from it. And I think it's a valid point. You know, not always is it your fault in every essence of the word, but there's always some retrospection that can be had as to why, you know. I think that when someone tells me that they want to quit their job, right? For the, like, let's say for my job, like where I work, and they come to me and they resign. A lot of the times I can actually pinpoint where I saw that decision being made in their head. I can kind of go back and kind of see what led them to that decision. I'm not a mind reader or anything like that, but you can just see the writing on the wall when somebody has decided that this no longer serves them. And that is okay. Because sometimes I have to have very direct conversations with people and very honest conversations with people. And not everybody likes to receive said conversations, right? So then at times decisions have to be made, right? Am I going to continue on this path, or is this the end of the road for me? And I think that I can definitely see how sometimes having honest conversations with people can make them uncomfortable and can make them feel like they have to give up. And obviously you uplift and you teach and you help, but then also if somebody gives up, you can't stop them from giving up. But also there is such a thing as self-encouragement and self-motivation. And personally, I have benefited a ton from having self-motivation. Okay, I love to keep myself motivated and to keep myself in check, right? Because I have been around team members, for lack of a better term, that may not be 100% in the game like I may be, right? They're not drinking the Kool-Aid like I might have. And I have to sometimes be my own cheerleader, because no one's going to cheer me on when I know that I'm doing what I should be doing for my team and for myself. And also understand that I'm not always going to be getting a high five every day or a good job, you know. Those are few and far between. And self-motivation and keeping yourself going is huge. I try to do that every day with myself, especially like during this debt, trying to get debt free, trying to pay off debt, trying to get myself to a better place. It takes time and energy, and it takes a lot of effort and work, and I'm doing it, but I'm also working really hard at it, right? So I think that we have to give each other grace. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Was it 12 or 14? No, I did this one. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, I did 14, so it must have been that. So let me count. All right. I definitely got a 20. So I have 20, 35, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. Hey. So I'm going to grab a 20. So I have $50. You guys, we finished vacation time. $50. And this is going directly to a sinking fund. So I won't be doing my ding, 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 because it's going to a sinking fund, obviously already predetermined. I have a vacation sinking fund, and this is going to go in there. So I'm just going to write sinking fund. And I like to do my sinking funds and my personal binders with my members. So my members will see me put this in my binder. So yay for that. We can get this off of there. That's so awesome. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to move it to the back. That means I could technically add another category. All right, so we did go shorty. So now we're gonna do make your own sugar, be your own daddy. So I have, hold on, let me count. So I need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So let me see how much money I have. 10. Did I short myself $1? somehow I shorted myself $1, which is fine. I don't know if it was me counting or whatever. So I'm just going to add it. So I have $14. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and color this. I'm going to do $2 for everything that's left. But yeah, so taking ownership over my own decisions, taking ownership over everything that happens in my life is sometimes the move, because I am the person that controls myself. 25, 31, 2, 3, and 4. $34. Oh, I just need one. It's okay. Oh, I forgot. We finished retirement last week. So that's another spot. So let me put this in the back. And I'm going to try to push on some of the ones that I've been doing from quarter 1 before I add some more. So let's get this bread. I'm going to do a nice little orange marmalade here. This is extra orange. It's like a blood orange situation, actually. I'm going to color the bread. All right, all right. So, $2 into let's get this bread. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So, let me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Halloween savings, which is right here. I just went a little too far back. And I'm going to do a nice little full, like, neon orange kitty. He's clearly been around some radiation of some sort because he's glowing. But he's still cute. All right, let me make his hat blue and the little white parts. All right, so $2 for Halloweens, and $2 for this Halloween is gonna go for my nieces and nephews. I'm just gonna put it in their sinking funds. So that's what this fund is for. So it's not really for Halloween. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All righty. You know what? I may have miscounted over here because this should be 30 for my next thing. 5, 25. No, it's fine. I'm like trying to figure out how I was missing $1. I know it was my calculation somehow, but it's okay. I counted really fast when I was getting the money, so it's probably all it was. All right. So yeah. So anyway, so that was a really good book. I really enjoyed it. I think that we need to be a little more retrospective sometimes when it comes to failures. It's not just always someone else's failure. It's always something that we could have changed as well. I think we all need to have that mentality of like self, you know, observation and all that good stuff. I think that we need to make sure that we observe, we deal, we process, right? And we self-motivate as well. I know that it's hard at times, and I know that some of you guys may not have a great support system, but we do have a great community here. And I feel like sometimes I build community with other people that may not necessarily be every day in my life. And I think that even a community online can be a huge support for someone that just doesn't have people that self-motivate, you know, and help and motivate and push and all that good stuff. So, you know, when you guys, you know, hear me giving you guys motivation is because I need motivation myself. You know, I know how hard it is to do what you're doing, and I'm doing it myself. And as much as I'm motivating you, I'm motivating myself, you know. And I think that, you know, some people enjoy that about coming to my channel, is the fact that they find motivation, but then also they know that I understand the struggle because I'm doing the same thing they're doing, right? I'm trying to get myself to a better place. So there's nothing like having a community where people understand you. And I understand being at the bottom and trying to work yourself up, claw yourself out of the hole. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yes, I want to motivate you. I want to help you. I want to push you. I want to keep you going because I know how hard it is. I've been there myself, and I continue to be there myself at times. So don't ever feel like you're alone in this. Don't ever feel like you're the only person going through something. Trust me, I've been through some shit. I mean, some stuff. Apologize. And I don't ever want anyone to feel like their struggle is they're alone in struggle. You're not alone. You're never alone. Someone out here understands, and it's sometimes just you reaching out and even like, you know, sending an email to someone and getting feedback and, you know, just venting. You know, sometimes we just need a vent with someone that we trust, and, you know, and when you get it out, you feel so much better, you know. And I know I do. Sometimes I just gotta cry it out. I cry it out, and then I thug it out, because then I'm like, I'm not letting that, you know, keep me down, you know. And I think that's really, really important. You know, I think that's definitely something that we all need to have a place to go to, that we can be vulnerable, that we can say that we're sad. Adding $2 to save them dollar bills, y'all. So now we have $4, and it's going to be a savings of $30. This is part of my expansion pack that you can also get on my Ko-fi. Then we got Stay Humble, Hustle Hard, which is a bee challenge, which I think is so cute. I love the little bees. So yeah, so find your community, find your tribe of sorts, you know. Reach out to those people, make friendships, you know. I think that, you know, my friends online cheer me on better than some friends that I have in real life, because we have a lot more in common. You know, we have the same goals. You know, sometimes you're in a journey that your friend may not be. And sometimes your friend is in a journey that you're in, which is awesome, because yay for that. Yay for you, the fact that you have somebody that actually understands what you're going through, you know. And sometimes I find myself in a place where my friends are living different lives than me. And that's okay. I still support them and I still love them, and they're still a huge part of my life, but there's still a lot of my life that they don't know, because sometimes, like, have you ever felt like you don't want to bring someone down, or you don't want to kill their joy of sorts, so you just keep your struggles to yourself? I've always been that person. Like even with my family, like, I might be struggling really, really, really hard, but I don't share the struggles with my mother or with a family member, because guess what? I don't want them to worry about me. So I never run to my mom or to my dad and I cry and say, hey, I'm having a really difficult time, like my siblings would do, let's say, because I'm the oldest daughter. And in a Hispanic household, you are a rock for your family, and you are the person that keeps everybody going, right? No shade to all of us Hispanics, but sometimes we put so much pressure on the oldest daughter and the oldest one, and not just Hispanics, but just culture in general, you know, and any culture. And we don't realize how hard we are putting, you know, the pressure that we're putting on these people, on these women, these young women. $2 going into Stay Humble, Hustle Hard. So now I have $4. I've always worked through problems by myself, you know, and I've always survived. Every day I'm hustling. I am every day. And it's okay to not have it all together, and it's okay to need help. And I think a lot of us are told and taught that it's not okay to be weak, you know, and that you should be strong, and you can. I mean, I think it's important, but I think that we also need to have moments where people can be weak, you know. I think having a moment of weakness doesn't make you a bad person. I think that asking for help doesn't make you less, but that comes from a person that is hyper independent and doesn't know when to ask for help. And I'm saying these things out loud because I'm saying them to myself. Whenever I preach to you guys about anything, let me tell you, I'm telling myself as well, because I struggle just like you guys struggle, and I go through things just like you guys go through things. So trust me, I know that if I point a finger at anybody, I'm pointing four at myself. So I try my best to be honest and straightforward with myself and with you guys, because we all go through things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. All right, let me condense that. All right, so we have 2 envelopes that I can add more stuff, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna leave it as is right now. So then that way I can, because I finished one today, and I'm gonna try to finish emergency next. And I'm gonna, ooh, I don't have one to finish that row. I'm gonna try to finish my well, there's quite a few that are $60. But I'm probably gonna push for emergency and this one over here. Let's get this bread. Halloween and Christmas. So yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's a lot of challenges. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick to those 10. So today I'm gonna start something new. I'm gonna start Care Bear Savings Book from Lisandra, Budgeting with Lisandra. I was doing Glori's book, but since she's currently taking a break, I wanna try to share Lisandra's book. So then that way you guys can know about it. It's a thank you for 1,000 subbies, and you can get it from her coffee shop. It's a Care Bear book. It's beautiful. I've shared it many times, but I'm gonna keep sharing it so you guys know about it. It has games, it has color and save, it has roll and saves, it has race and all sorts of stuff. It's very similar to like a game book, right? And it has a back page, which I did the opposite way so you guys can actually see it. I'm gonna be working on one at a time because your girl only got so much dollars, right? So since I only got so many dollars and I'm working on IsabellGege's over here as well, I'm gonna take it easy. So what I'm gonna do is I am just gonna go ahead and I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 10, 20, 30, $35. I didn't know I had 35. I thought I had 30. That's okay. I'm not gonna put a title. They come with an A5 dashboard and an A6. I am going to, I'm gonna play. So I'm gonna grab 2 6-sided die. This is Shut the Box. I decided to start this one first. This is not the first one in her thing, but I switched it. Okay, so I got 5. So let me grab purple. What color do I want? Orange. All right, so purple is a color that I'm gonna use to, like, you know, fill in the ones that I get. So I got 5. 1 and 1 is 2. And that one says EX if you can actually see it because it's a Pokemon die. All right, 2 and 1 is 3. It's making me nervous because the big numbers are still there. I usually like to 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, okay, good. Nine. 6 and 3 is 9. Yay. I'm not going to do this low budget. I'm going to do it like the real way. So then that's why I'm a little nervous. I forgot to say that. 6 and 2, 6, 8. So 6, so 7, 8. Oh, I can do 7 and 1 is 8. I can do that. All right, so I have 4 and 6, so I'm just gonna go to 1 die now, since I don't 2. I don't have a 2, so it's gonna be $10. 6 and 4 is 10. Woo, that was close. That's not bad though. It could be worse. And Lisandra knows I like to cheat when it comes to shut the box. She's like, you always cheat. I'm like, yeah. I'm not going to pay no $32. I'm just kidding. I got some marker on my finger, so let me get it off while I can. All right. Cool. So it's going to be $10. So I'm just going to grab a black marker. And I'm going to write $10. So $10 going in to shut the box. Ooh, I want to play again. The risk of playing again. We'll see. Let me wait. Let me go to IsabellGege. Because I wanted to do $5 here. I mean $8 because I wanted to do 2 rows. For some reason I counted 5 instead of 8. That's crazy. So 1, I want to do 2 full rows because I want to try to finish this one by the end of the month. This is from IsabellGege. It's like a butterfly savings book that is free. Everything that I'm showing you in the video is free. So if you're starting off in your journey, you don't have to pay for anything. Everything in Saving for My Dreams Day is free. That's the whole point of this series, is just showing you what you can do with no money spent. And you can accomplish a lot of things. Okay, so I got that. Okie dokie, there's that one. That means I have $8, $10, $12 left. So I could do 6 and 6, and I can even be done before the end of the month, which is awesome. I want to try to finish it by the end of the month. That's my goal. So then that way we can attack the other challenge. So 5, 6, 7, 8. That was Lisandra's book. And then I'm going to go to the $1 savings. And I have 5. Okay, so 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I'm just going to put this over here and grab a 20 and put the 20 in here. And then it's going to be a savings of 32, which is what I counted, which is perfect. So I need $12. That's correct. Then I'm going to go to my $5 savings. And then I have 5, 10, 15, $17. So I'm going to do two 5s, which is $10. So then that way I can also make a dent in this. And then I still have a little bit of money, so I might be able to play Shut the Box. So you can play games that are free and save money, and you don't have to pay anything. Of course, we all have Etsy shops, we all have Ko-fi shops and items that we sell, so I'm encouraging people to purchase, of course, but this is for the people that don't have any money to spend. You know, this is a place for you to start. That's where I'm saying that. But you can save and then buy things for yourself. 20, 30, 5, 40. Let me grab a 20. There we go. Oops, that's a 10. I swear I saw a 20 and I grabbed it, but I missed it. All right, that's where I make my change. I have a ton of ones now. I've been making change. So I have 40, 10, 20, 30, 40, which is perfect. So 80, 90, 110, 120, 130, 140, 160, 170 when we're done with it. And I forgot to write the date I started, but I know I started it when I started this one, which was on February 5th. Started 2/5/25. And then the $10 one, I started it as well. 2/5/25. All right. I'm not going to do the $10 challenge because I don't have enough money. I have $7. So I'm going to go back to Lisandra. And I have options. I can start, oops, this one came out because I made the holes a little too big. I messed up and I refused to reprint it, so that's why that happened. All right, so Lisandra, I can do another shut the box possibly, or I can do this game. I think I'm gonna do this game because it's a 1 through 3 die. Let me do that. I'll do 2 at a time from Lisandra. Because to shut the box, I can only go so far because, you know. So I got to get my 3-sided die. So roll the die. I got a 2, so I'm going to go ahead and cross a 2. If you get vertical, diagonal, horizontal, you save that amount. 1. Okay, so I can go vertical, diagonal, or horizontal. And 1 again. Let me do this. 3. So it says roll a D3, cross out amount as you roll until you get all 3 in a row. Roll a D3, cross out amount as you roll until you get all 3 in a row. Example, vertical, diagonal, horizontal, and save that amount, or you can save an amount you designate for each now completed. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is $6, which I have 7. Technically that's a 7, but I'm not gonna save that. I hope I did this right. I could technically roll a few times. So I'm just gonna do $6. I'm just gonna grab 2 singles. So I did 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna do the $6 for now. I'm just gonna write that I did. How do I write 6? I'm just gonna write $6. So if I roll again, and then I got a 2, then I save that there. I don't know, Lisandra, tell me if I'm doing it wrong. I think I did it right. So I'm gonna save $6. Do I have to fill the whole one, Lisandra? Can you explain it to me? Or am I done with this one? And then I move on to the next one. So please tell me in the comments. I know you watch me, so I love you. All right, so let me go back to IsabellGege because I got $1. And I'm gonna go ahead and absolutely add that to this since I'm trying to push. And I'm gonna color that one. Perfect. We finished up pennies. I did a big dent in this one. We finished vacation. We're doing good, you guys. We're doing good. And all the freebies. All right, so this is the $1 savings. So now I have 21. All right, so I just wrote that I did 6 there, and then I'll see what she said. Roll a D3, cross that amount as you roll until you get all 3 in a row. I feel like that means I'm done with this one. I don't know. I'm confused. It's okay. At least I saved $6. Tell me, Lisandra, do I use this one again or do I move on to the next one? That's what I want to know. If I can keep using the same one, then if I get a 2, then I can save that. If I get a 1, then I can do 1, 2, 3. So you tell me. Okay. All right. So there we go. So we saved quite a bit of money. I'm very excited. I'm very happy that I made a dent in all of my savings. I'm so thankful that you guys are here. Also, don't forget that you guys have until, I'm sorry if I put my whole arm in the video here, until the 16th to enter Pancy Budget's giveaway. She's gonna let me pick 3 winners from that video from the 2nd. So go back to last Wednesday's video, the savings for my dream. Tell me what your favorite flower is in the comments. Obviously I'm telling you the question, but head on over there, leave that in the comment, and then you got to be followed. You have to be publicly subscribed to Pancy, and you have to be publicly subscribed to me. I'm gonna pick 3 winners, and she's gonna mail you out a challenge of your choice from her Etsy shop. So thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. I love you guys so much. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I'm so glad that we got to hang out today and spend some time. So tomorrow we got Tiny Thursday, we got Bone Bucks, and we have a new binder, which is my scratcher binder, which I'm going to be including, which is this beautiful Erin Condren binder. And it has a chain that says Baddie that I got from Baddies and Budgets. And I have, look at this beautiful A5 envelopes, and they have scratcher number 1, scratcher number 2, scratcher number 3, scratcher number 4, scratcher number 5, and scratcher number 6. So I'm going to roll a 6-sided die and see which ones we're going to scratch. So I'm very excited to play that with you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.